guys, so today I'm going to be telling you about the time that I literally almost died getting drunk. And of course it happened in Czech Republic. Every time I go to Czech Republic, which is about like once a year, I never ever get carded anywhere. Whereas here in the United States, I get carded for everything, even matches, even rated R movies. What the hell, America? When I was younger, I used to go for literally the entire summer. And I have so many stories about Czech Republic from my teenage years that I actually put some of it into my book. I have a book called Mean Boys and Memories. It's available on Amazon Kindle, also as a paperback. So if you guys want to go check it out, I'll leave the links to it in the description box below. On this particular summer, I arrived, and within my first day of being in town, everybody was at my grandparents' house. I used to stay at my grandparents' house. They had a 2-floor family home, and I used to stay on the upstairs. The upstairs was literally all for myself. There were like 2 bedrooms, a full kitchen, a huge patio. Like, it was seriously just like a huge party house. My grandparents were super lenient because of course, like, I was in Czech Republic only once a year. So every time I came, they were like, Stepanka. I was literally like their favorite grandchild. Don't tell that to my cousins because, you know, they might get really upset about that. But I really was their favorite. And so all of my friends come over. The first thing that we decide to do is go to the grocery store to go buy some booze. And will this be an issue for 15-year-old people? No, it will not. Because in the town that I was from, it was literally such a small town that everybody knew everybody, and I could just go to the liquor store and be like, oh, this is for my grandpa, and they'd be like, okay. So we went to the store, and we didn't have a lot of money because obviously we're 15. The first thing that we reached for was a wonderful bottle of some good quality liquor called Fernet Stock. It was the lemon flavor. I will never be able to shake that taste from my memory. I don't know what possessed us to buy this. I think like some of the people in my group were like, yeah, that stuff is good. That person lied. So we go back to my place and we're all hanging out on the patio. Grandparents downstairs probably think we're doing algebra upstairs. But no, we were smoking cigarettes and drinking alcohol. And I just decided to be a real cool kid and show off. I'm from America. I decided to take a glass and I start pouring the Fernet Stock into this giant cup. It was probably more than half of the bottle of Fernet, and it was a pretty big bottle too. So I told my friends that I was gonna chug this and that I was gonna be fine. And people tried to warn me. People tried to say, Stephanie, perhaps this is not a good idea. And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm 15 years old. I can handle it. I start to not sip the Fernet. I start to chug it. It just tastes like black tar with a hint of lemon. So many unpleasant memories of this liquor. So I drink the entire thing, and the first 5 minutes I'm doing fine. I'm like, yeah, I'm not drunk. And then all of a sudden it hits me. Oh my God, this isn't good. This is really, really bad. My friends are kind of drunk too, so we're all in this together. So in my drunk logic, I decide that the only thing that we can do at this point is to leave because we are too drunk to stay here and we need to go on an adventure. There's like a bunch of rivers and pathways like in this area where I lived. So we decide to go walk around. With every step that I take, I start to realize I might have alcohol poisoning. At this point, I really couldn't even stand, and I had my drunk friends trying to lift me up, but my body was just giving out and like giving up, and I just wanted to fall to the ground and just like fall asleep in the middle of the street. Finally, we get to the river. Belligerently drunk Stephanie saw the river, and while her drunk friends were off doing I don't know what, not watching me obviously, drunk Stephanie decided to make a run for the river. Why? I don't know. Maybe I was like a mermaid in a past life. Maybe I'm like subconsciously trying to drown myself. So I start running towards the river, but of course Stephanie can't even freaking walk. So before I even make it into the river, I like trip over some branches and then I just go tumbling. My drunk friends who were off, obviously not paying attention to me, now all of a sudden are like, oh my God, Stepanka is by the river and she's gonna drown, let's go rescue her. So they start running down towards the river and then they pick me up and, you know, they try to brush me off. They pick me up and they're like, okay, we need to get you home. And this is the part where like, I really don't remember what happened. I remember crying, laughing, being apologetic, then being like really ridiculous and maniacally laughing. They finally bring me home and my grandparents are standing at the entrance of the house and they're like, is she okay? I don't remember this at all, but my friends told me that they told my grandmother that I got sick and I wasn't feeling well and that I was going upstairs to take a nap. And my grandmother was like, okay, would you like to come downstairs and have any sandwiches? No, it's okay. We were just gonna go and drop her off. Apparently they stayed with me for like a couple hours while I was throwing up. And after I was done throwing up, they wanted to make sure that I wouldn't like choke on my vomit or anything. So they put me in bed and they took a big giant fruit bowl and then they put it next to my head. So in case I wanted to throw up, you know, while I was sleeping, it would just go into the fruit bowl. I don't know how they thought that was gonna work. A couple hours go by and it's already nighttime. I wake up and I am in bed with all of my clothes on. I have dirt and leaves all over me. I'm right next to this fruit bowl that has like a little bit of vomit in it. And I'm just like, it's gonna be a great summer in Czech Republic. Just kidding, no. I was extremely hungover. I was still really sick and I did end up like throwing up for the rest of the evening. And I'm actually really surprised that I survived because I could have drowned. And looking back on my 25 years of life, that is probably the most drunk I have ever been. I did end up drinking a lot during that summer and every single summer after that I would go to Czech Republic. I wasn't like the most innocent teenager, okay? I'll be honest, I was kind of a train wreck. But I did get it out of my system really early and now I'm 25 and I'm doing fine. I'm like a semi-functioning member of society. 16-year-old Stephanie could outdrink 25-year-old Stephanie. Like 16-year-old Stephanie would laugh at 25-year-old Stephanie who gets buzzed off of like one glass of Prosecco. That's it for today's story time video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you like my story time videos. It means so much to me, guys. I really, really appreciate it when you press the thumbs up button because it makes me feel loved. Also, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!